Hello?
Oy, Jolly, you.
We are live. Nako, medyo
Are we?
magugulantang siguro yung mga viewers natin, iba.
Teka, Webes ngayon, di ba?
Monday ngayon na. Napakaaga nga eh. Monday ngayon? Kala ko
Webes!
Thursday ngayon.
Webes ngayon.
Webes ngayon. Bilis talaga ng linggo.
September 9, Webes.
September.
2035.
Nako. Meron tayong napakalupit na guest ngayong episode. Kaya syempre, magugulat din yung ating mga regular viewers bakit biglang meron ng Monday. Kasi syempre, medyo nasingit lang tayo sa schedule ng ating guest for the week. Tapos syempre, sa Thursday, ipapalabas natin ulit itong episode na to sa mga nakamiss out.
Ha? So, ibig
Oo.
sabihin, pwede ako mag-guest next week?
Pwede.
Sa comments?
Oo.
Pwedeng
Hindi ko alam.
maiba. Pwedeng
Hindi ko
maiba
alam.
yung takbo ng kwento ngayon sa Webes.
Oo. Di ko alam. Di ko alam kung paano mo gagawin yun back. Pero walang imposible.
Oh my God, the whole point of the
Ibe.
format is so that you will tell people who is the guest right away. That's what I'm doing.
Ikaw nag-imbento ng format, iba ikaw
It's our 106th episode. We've got a
Ayun.
special Monday episode for you. And surprising, it is none other than the Kuya Kim. So hang out for 1 minute and you guys are going to get an awesome, super special Monday episode of Tunay na Rider. Jolly, I
Ayun.
gave you a chance. Kaya mo yan. 100 more episodes, kaya mo yan.
Hindi naman grabe ka naman.
Paano ka mabibigyan ng show sa Channel 5 pag ganyan?
Oo nga, Jolly.
Well, jokes on you. Ay, nako. And as you can see,
Kailangan ni
we are very
Jolly ng
professional
crew.
dito.
Kailangan ni Jolly ng crew. Hindi siya, it's difficult to work without his prod team.
Mhm.
Anong balita, Jolly?
Jolly ng crew.
Napakadami. Kala ko ba mamaya pa yung balita?
Ha?
Just wait 20 seconds. We're there.
Oo. Na-excite si Bak eh.
Akala ko nauuna yung balita. May 10 seconds pa. Sino pwede mong batiin?
Si JC Ramirez.
Surprisingly, may mga-
What's up, JC Ramirez?
I'm
Uy, yung mga
surprised
ano.
may mga tao.
Good evening, mga katunay.
Parang dalawa lang yata nanonood.
Si Mark Song tsaka si JC.
Bakit daw Monday, Jolly?
Kasi siningit lang tayo sa sa schedule ng ating guest. Very very busy person ito. So Monday. Tapos naisip namin na total kung i-pre-record natin, might as well i-live na natin ito para makasama yung mga makakanood live sa usapan. Iba.
Game.
Okay.
Balita na.
Jolly.
Ikaw na.
Galing tayong weekend. So we're still a little out of it. Jolly, what's on the news?
Nako, nasa balita ngayon, nagbago na naman ang presyo ng gasolina.
Si Kuya Kim parang sabi, sana di na lang ako dito nag-guess.
Nagkamali yata ako.
Go guys.
Akala ni Kuya Kim, right PH?
Ay, malayong to sa right PH.
Sige lang guys.
Game, Jolly, game.
Ayun, nagbago na naman ng presyo ng gas. So every week, di na tayo nagsawa sa pagbabago, sa pagpa-fluctuate ng prices. Pero this week, good news kasi bumaba imbis na tumaas ang presyo ng gasolina.
Ilan ang binaba?
Yun ang di ko alam. Teka lang, wala akong teleprompter.
Di ba 6 pesos sa diesel, tapos 3 pesos sa gas? Parang ganun
Ha?
yata.
6 pesos? Ang laki nun ah.
Ano laki talaga? Yan kung totoo yun.
Pero mas mahal pa rin ng diesel kaysa gas ngayon.
All right, before you guys get into trouble, move along. What else is in the news, Daddy?
Kinlaro, naglabas ng statement ang HPG na bawal na gumamit ng wangwang ang hindi pulis. So kahit anong government agency, 'di ba? LTO, MMDA in particular, bawal rin daw gumamit ng wangwang. Talagang pulis lang talaga ngayon ang pwede nang gumamit ng sirens
Ambulansya.
and blinker.
Ayun. Police at ambulansya.
Ambulansya, bumbero, yung mga
Na-correct tayo tuloy.
Oh, meron tayong viewer from Camp Crame. Camp Crame, si Nico. Oh. Nico, paano yung mga GS? Bawal rin sa GS?
Dapat exempted ang GS. Matagal
Dapat
na exempted
yung
GS.
Paano yung GS ni Jolly?
Oy, walang wangwang, walang blinker yung GS ko.
Sinasabi mo lang ngayon yun kasi may pulis.
No, but speaking of, do you think that came around from the viral post you sent, Kuya Kim? Oh, yun si Archie.
Well, I don't know about that, no. It's long been a sore spot naman among riders that a particular make of BMW is so popular for blinkers and for wangwangs, etc., etc. Matagal lang matagal lang pinag-uusapan yan. Matagal lang sore spot yan na bakit yung brand na yun at bakit yung make na yun ang palaging merong mga wangwang. Yan, parang bulkan yan pumutok lang
Sino nagpaputok?
Well, it was actually Nudge Abdul, no? He sent it to me, and then he posted what Nudge sent, and then it became viral because it was in the news already. Eventually, mainstream news picked it up, and actually, I feel bad for those guys. These guys are a group of riders from Binyan, Laguna, and they're very avid, very passionate riders. One of them has even done the Philippine Loop already. One has done Ironman Philippines already, and they're always on their bikes, and I'm so sad for them because talagang diniinan ni General Marbil He recommended to LTO that their licenses be confiscated forever, and they ganun, no. I don't know if there's a process wherein you'll be able to get the license again. Siguro naman meron. Well, I hope they're able to ride their motorcycles again because as a fellow rider, I feel bad for them. No, I feel bad for them. At the same time, I'm pasensya na kayo mga taga Binyan dahil nangyari sa inyo ito. Pero mali talaga ang mali, hindi ba?
Oo, mali.
I'm following party ako sa isang grupo ng mga Facebook enthusiasts ng mga vintage na motor. Hindi nila alam na nandun ako dun sa grupo na yun, and apparently they're talking about it and they're really pissed. Galit na galit. Masyado daw akong epal at masyado daw akong pakialamero. But I did what I had to do. As a media person and as a person who has influence on social media, I reposted what I had to repost. So, nag-viral, napahama kayo, pasensya na tayo. Ganun talaga Bakit natin kasi ginawa in the first place, no?
Bawal nga
Oh, and ang maganda naman kasi nagdulot naman ng maganda sa mas nakakaraming mga nagmamotor. Kung may nagalit na ilan, mas maraming natuwa. Lalo na yung mga small CC motorcyclists kasi sila yung mga napagdidiskitahan palagi at kaunti lang ang violation. Tanggal lisensya kaagad o natitikitan kaagad. So they feel good that at least yung mga naka-big bike din pala yung napaparusahan. Alam mo, we feel very entitled kasi being on big bikes. Sometimes we fail to take into consideration that the road is not ours. No? Malaki nga ang bike mo, pero maraming tao sa daan. Maraming ibang nagbomotor. At hindi ko mo malaking bike, hindi equal ang karapatan katulad ng big bike. Pare-pareho lamang. So we should be careful and we should take into consideration the safety of others whenever we are on our motorcycles. Yun lang naman sa akin doon Safe ba naman yung magpagewang-gewang ka at wala kang helmet. Unang-una, nilagay mo pa sa TikTok, so it's setting a bad example. Pinapakita mo na pwede palang gawin. Social media is so powerful, marami kokopya niyan.
Mhm.
So marami nag-react, marami nagalit. Hindi lang naman ako nagalit. Even Senator J.V. Ejercito reposted it. Many other vloggers reposted it also. And nagbabago even the vlogging scene nagbabago sa pagmamotor because of Zach Lucero's content on tae content. Medyo nababawasan na rin ang tae content ngayon. Minsan nagkakamali lamang at lumalabas pa rin yung mga post na ganyan. Napapahamak tuloy.
Sunod natin yung yung mga poverty porn content. Daming
Nako,
ganyan.
yan yung bagong
that was
pinagtitripan
great,
ni Zach.
Oo.
Ay,
That
yung
was
mga
actually
Kunwari,
video.
mamimigay ng helmet for the
namimigay
views.
kunyari, alam mo yun, nasa Bible
Power
yan.
effect.
Sinabi sa Bible, kung tayo gagawa ng isang mabuting gawa, kinakailangan hindi alam ng kanang kamay ang ginagawa ng kaliwang kamay mo. Kaya pag nilagay mo pa sa social media yan,
Alam ng lahat.
alam mo lahat.
Hindi lang kaliwang kamay yun.
Hindi naman sinasabi sa Biblia na mali ang gumawa ng maganda. But you have gotten your reward in full. Kumbaga, nakuha mo na yung reward mo. If you want real reward from the great rider up there, do it in secret. And if you do it in secret, the reward you get much more. And di ba? Ganun lang yun.
Yun. On that note, thank you very much. And that was Tunay na Rider.
See you next week.
No, but you know what? Actually, medyo guilty rin ako. I had a GS, and si Archie knows this. Si Archie, who's checking out the show tonight. May sort of wang-wang ako. I added it for safety. I added a horn that if you press on it, tuloy-tuloy yung piniplay. Pero yung piniplay niya, yung sa selecta, ten, 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 and it was for me. Basically, I wanted a way that wasn't aggressive, that didn't, it wasn't a loud horn, but it just kind of told people that, hey, I'm here, please get out of the way. And also other vehicles. Now, you don't have to be super loud so that you're present. Yung downside nun is, ang daming pedestrians na sumusugod sa motor ko, sa GS ko. Yun, sabi ni Boss Nico, yun, naka-short.
Gino's watching us, ha? Gino, kamusta? Gino's watching. Anyway,
Gino, palagi
Tumatangkad na si Gino, ha?
Yan. Kasama ni
Red
Boss
Sea
sa Himalayas.
Mabait yan si Gino.
Mabait yan.
Mabait yan.
Mabait yan, di yan nananagasa.
Si Archie. Si Archie.
Sabi ni Archie, maraming daw naiinis sa akin. Pero buti wala pang social media noon. That's true. Admittedly, very true. Hanggang ngayon, marami pa rin naiinis sa akin. Pero let's not go into that.
Media.
Okay, moving along. We'll hop straight into the show. And Kuya Kim, again, thank you for making time for us on this Monday evening. I'll start off with asking, how'd you get into riding?
Well, I've been riding since the 90s, no? But I've been a scooterist. I'm a scooterist at heart. Even up to now, I still am a scooterist. It started in 1995 when Piaggio was new in the Philippines. I remember I got my first Vespa PX 150. And then, ang mura it was only something like 60,000 pesos because it was designed for the utility market. But I got a yellow one. That was my very first scooter. But prior to that, back in the 80s, I was still in college. I got myself a Honda CB400 because I really wanted to get into bikes. I grew up very repressed about two wheels. My dad never allowed me to be on two wheels. So he never bought me a bicycle. All my friends had bicycles. I never had one. I just had to borrow one all the time. Being so repressed, no? In college, sabi ko, my means of transportation, I'm gonna commute using a motorcycle. So I got an old Honda CB. Nung nalaman ng daddy, it was with me for about maybe 3 weeks. On the third week, if he saw it in the garage, got so pissed off. He told me to ibalik ko raw dun sa pinagbilan ko, which I did. I got the bike for 50,000 pesos. So I gave the bike back. And sabi ko, hindi bale, when I make my own money already and when I have my own job and I'm not living in my dad's house, I'm gonna get my motorcycles. So that was in 1995. So when I got my
The
first...
CB400 is the
yeah.
ultimate first bike for all titos our age. The
Exactly.
CB400, that was like pangarap ng lahat ng ano. Yun ang unang big bike ng lahat.
Oh. And it was quite common then, the CB400. What's I gonna say? So I got the PX 150 in 1995, and then I started scootering. And then I was a city councilor then. I was a city councilor. I would go around my district. I wanted it to be my identity as the city councilor who would go around the district on a scooter. So I'd be on my PX all the time. And then one time, napadaan ako sa bangkal. May isang talyer doon, may isang talyer ng isang mekaniko doon. Si Dong Montana. And then I saw all these vintage scooters.
Beautiful. Yep. I remember that place.
Remember, di ba? Sabi ko, daming mga vintage scooters, mga Lambretta, mga Vespa, etc. So I got to be friends with Dong. And then I started getting all these, started putting together and storing all these vintage Lambrettas and Vespas. No? My first Lambretta was an LI 150, 1966. And then I traded my PX 150 with Sonny Navarro, another old motorcyclist.
Uy, si Sonny Navarro, Pastor.
Oh no.
Sonny,
That guy is a legend.
Ano yan? Old timer. Sobrang tagal na ng motor yan. Sabi ni, I remember pa, Sonny, I brought my PX 150 in one of the races. There was a race in Ricky Montelibano and the 2211 guys closed down Ross Boulevard on the side of Intramuros for a scooter drag race. So all the scooterists went and I had my PX 150. And then Sonny approached me, sabi niya, Kim, I heard that you're putting together old Vespas and Lambrettas. Do you want the ultimate Vespa? Sabi ko, what's the ultimate Vespa? Wala pang alam nun eh. I have a GS 160, 1966 GS 160. That's the ultimate. If you want, you can have it. Sabi ko, talaga? Anong plano natin? Ipalit mo yung PX mo. Sabi ko, uy, pwede, okay. Plus, dagdagan na 20,000. Sabi ko, medyo mahal ha. So, 60,000 plus 20,000 pa. This was in 1996, 1997. Pero, I actually got the GS for 80,000 pesos and that's quite good. So, I said yes. And then, that was when I got my GS 160.
Yung GS 160 mo, galing kay Sonny Navarro.
Galing kay Sonny Navarro yan. Oh.
Yung GS 160 ni Sonny Navarro, sa lolo ko yun.
Yung puti nyo yun? Yun ba yung kulay puti?
What?
Oo.
So yung GS ko galing sa lolo mo? Ganun ba yun?
Na kay Jerry Cheng ngayon?
Hindi, iba yung kay Jerry. Yung kay
Isa
Jerry
lang ang
na punta
GS
sa Laguna.
Isa lang ang GS ni Sonny yung nasa akin. Baka yun yung galing sa lolo mo. Wow.
Kasi,
i-checkin ko yung papel ha. Ano pangalan ng lolo mo bro? I'll check the papers. Kasi may papel eh. I'll check.
Alarcon. Pablo Alarcon.
I'll go and check the papers. But anyway, that was my first, so the GS, and then I had an LI 150 Lambretta, and then I got TV175 Lambretta as well. And then, so puro scooters na ako, papalit, puro scooters. And then, I got married. When I got married, I had kids. Sabi ko, scootering is quite selfish because I can't naman, puro baby yung mga anak ko eh. So I traded my scooters, 3 of my scooters. It was an LD150, the GS160, and the TB175 to another scooterist friend, si Matthew Brill, may-ari ng Prismic and Brill, American. He lives in Clark now. He's a motorcycle collector. Sabi ko, Matthew, just buy all 3. So he bought all 3. At napakamura nung panahon na yun. And then I got into, tama-tama, Mark Sung is here eh. I got into Land Rovers. So I got my Defender, and then eventually the Defender, I got the Series 2A, and then eventually the Range Rover, and then yun naman, nag-ipon naman ako ng puro Land Rovers lang. I had no other car but different kinds of Land Rovers. So this went on until 2015. In 2014, I said, I think I miss my old scooters. I want my old scooters back.
And your kids are older na. So,
Hindi
medyo
ko, yeah,
okay
because the
na.
kids are older na.
Oo.
And middle age crisis ako. Sabi ko, I want to be on two wheels again. Parang, and the traffic was getting bad already then. And then I was working already on television, and I felt I want a scooter again. So I talked to Matthew. I said, Matthew, do you still have my scooters? Buti na lang, Matthew kept my scooters indoors. Dekorasyon niya dun sa sala niya. So,
Wow.
preserved.
Pristine.
The way I gave it to him was the same way I saw it when I went to his house. Sabi niya,
Hindi
Kim, you can
ginamit.
have your scooters back. Except that I don't know how to price them because, mahal na eh. 2014 na eh. So,
Yeah.
ang presyo ng GS no was already like 700,000 or 600,000. And he got my scooters for like 100,000 each. One was 120. Alam mo, it will be so unfair for me to put to sell it to you at market price because you know exactly how much I bought them for. So, but I know that you're passionate about your scooters. So give me something that you're passionate about and let's just trade. Yun ang usapan namin ni Matthew. Sabi ko, sige, trade tayo. I knew that Matthew was passionate about watches. I'll trade watches for my scooters. And that's what we did.
Yan
And
ang sabi ni Mark Song, passion for passion. I
passion
understand.
for passion, yeah. Actually, the usapan namin ni Mark palagi yan, passion for passion. We talk about that topic all the time. So instead of bringing out cash, you put something that you're passionate about, and then you get in something that you're passionate about also. So I gave my watches to Matthew, and he gave me back my scooters. That's what started the itch again in 2014. And then scooters muna for about 6 months. And then sabi ko, why? Maybe I should get into big bikes na. So sabi ko, no, usong scrambler nun, I remember. Parang I want a scrambler. But sabi ko, but I want a tame bike at first. Maybe I'll start with
I saw you on Ortigas pouring rain in an RE.
Royal Enfield, exactly.
Yep.
That was
Around
my
that
first
time.
big
Around
bike.
that time.
Yeah, around the time. This was 2015. Sabi ko,
Yep.
I'll get myself a big bike na. So I got the tamest of all the big bikes, which is the classic Royal Enfield. I enjoyed that bike so much, and then I said, now I want something more powerful. I have something that's so mabait. So the throttle is so friendly. It's slow and steady. I want something that's faster naman. Then I got a scrambler. Then I got my first taste of power and of torque. Sabi ko, wow, masarap pala maging mabilis. And then I got an X-Diavel after that.
What?
And then from scrambler to X-Diavel. And my X-Diavel was something else. I brought that to so many places. Layo nun. Nadala ko sa Sagada yan, nadala ko sa La Union, nadala ko sa Ilocos, nadala ko sa... and then after the X-Diavel, that's when I was riding for about a year. I said, I don't want to ride any car anymore. From this point onwards, I'm going to go back to my old lifestyle and just ride bikes all the time. So Mark knows this. I sold my Defender back to Mark. And then he bought it for a good price. And then I traded my other cars, my other Land Rovers, for motorcycles. So I ended up with, I have about 12 here in my garage, and I have about 2 more that are being built. So I have a total of about 14 motorcycles now.
That's a good segue to Jolly. And Jolly has intimate knowledge of your motorcycles because I saw him riding one and taking it on dates and showing it off to people.
Wow.
Kaya iniisip ko din eh.
Yung R75/5 ko.
That's how Jolly picks up boys.
Very well. Yeah.
Grabe to si Iba.
Jolly.
Pero Kim, parang tell us more about yung yung mga naging bikes mo and yung mga magiging bikes mo. Kasi sa tingin ko, lalo na sa usapang riders, parang dyan mo makikilala ng isang rider kung ano yung mga motorsiklo sinasakyan niya.
Ang mga naging bike ko, mga dumaan sa aking bike, no? The Royal Enfield is now with Dong Dantes. We traded. Dong kasi so he gets passionate about bikes that he uses in his teleseries. And in Empire of the Sun, that was his bike on TV. Kasi yung Royal Enfield ko was built by Jonathan Bonhotti in such a way that it looks like the Flying Flea. It looks like a World War II motorcycle. Bagay na bagay dun sa teleserye ni Dong. So sabi niya, Kim, can I borrow your Royal Enfield because I need it? So go, Dong, anytime, borrow it. He used it. And then after he used it, sabi niya, Kim, I want to buy your motorcycle. Akin na lang, biling ko na lang. Sabi ko, Dong, how can I price it? Unang-una, you're my friend. Second, I don't know how to price it. Ganun na lang, passion for passion, trade na lang. So he traded a handlebar Vespa, a VL 150 Vespa, and that's how I got my handlebar Vespa. Because I set Dong up with the mechanic, with Bing, and then nakalimutan na niya na meron siya pinapagawang Vespa doon. Inabot ng 2 taon. And then sabi ko, may Vespa ka kay Bing di ba? Sabi ni Dong, o nga pala, no? Gusto mo ba yun? Sabi ko, yun, gusto mo. Okay, yun na. Trade kami. So I went to Bing and then I said, akin na yung Vespa ni Dong, akin na. Paano mo nakuha yan? Sabi ko, well, nakuha ko. Pinalit ko sa Royal Enfield. So my Royal Enfield is now with Dong. And then the Scrambler naman, ito yung mga dumaan sa akin. Let me start with mga dumaan muna sa akin. Ha? The Scrambler naman, I sold because I wanted a Triumph T1. I thought the Triumph then was made in the UK. I wanted an English bike. So sabi ko, I want a Triumph T120. So I sold the Scrambler and then I got the Triumph. And then eventually I sold the Triumph also. And then I said, I'm ready now for really powerful bikes. So I got an XDiavel S. And that was a great bike. I actually missed that bike kasi that bike has power. You can go 230 if you like. At a twist of a throttle, lampas 200 ka. Except that your body will not be able to take it because it's a cruiser. So para kang parachute, no? But the bike is powerful, but your body will not be able to take the aerodynamics, the wind. It's not aerodynamic to go that fast, but it's a great bike. I miss that bike. I traded naman the XDiavel for my first Ducati. It was a GT1000, my first Ducati Classic. I traded that to Jay, for GT1000.
Ikaw ba yung nangdamay kay Jay?
Ako yung damay ko.
Ikaw yung nangdamay kay Jay. That's why.
Grabe yun.
I mean, may storya pa ako. And then I had sabi ko, I want all these, I want all the iconic brands, the iconic bikes. And the most iconic of all the bikes in bike history is the CB750, the SOHC CB150, no? Sabi ko, I was able to find one from Cebu. I shipped it to Manila, and then I had Elmer of Laguna Choppers restore it. And then it was so beautiful. Nanalo pa ng Moto Builds yun, first place. And then I was so happy with that bike. I was so talagang, kasi iconic eh. Imagine a CB750 that I was able to ride. And it was riding well. It looked so nice. One time, I parked it in Polo Club. I have a usual parking space in Polo Club. Eh. Then I did my sports there. I ran and then I swam. And then when I got home, tumawag sa akin yung luma kong mekaniko, si Dong Montana. Sabi ni Dong, Kim, meron akong may problema ako, kailangan malutas natin. Sabi ko, ano problema mo? Si boss ko, gustong-gusto yung CB mo eh. Sabi ko, hindi ko napapangalanan yung boss niya, pero isang sikat na tao na maraming pera sobra. Sabi niya, gusto niya eh. Binibenta mo raw ba? Sabi ko, naku, hindi Dong. CB750 yun, ang hirap buuin nun. Nabot ako ng 2 taon at saka mahal ko yung bike na yun eh. Sabi niya, hindi. Kailangan hindi ka raw hindi eh. Ako pwede raw ba, samahan kita sa garahe niya at mamili ka ng mga bike ton kung anong gusto mong kapalit. Sabi ko ba, alam ko yung garahe ng taong yun, bro.
It sounds one of those famous garages, ha? Parang alam ko na kung
basta this guy is a super great guy. I love this guy. Hindi ko napapangalanan because wala akong paalam to go public about it. Anyway, I went to his garage and then I saw Paul Smart. Sabi ko,
patay.
So CB750 that I loved so much, and then the Paul Smart, that's like iconic Ducati. So icon versus icon. And price-wise, the Paul Smart was much more expensive than my CB750, although I love my CB750. So, hindi ako makatulog. So the next day, I told Dong, sabi ko, Dong, sige na, game. Paul Smart. Sabi nung boss niya, okay, game. So I picked up the Paul Smart. I gave him the CB750. So I lost na my CB750, but I ended up with the Paul Smart, which Jay has, no? Ganda ng Paul Smart. After a few weeks, the guy we're talking about, the boss of Dong, called me personally and then said, Kim, do you still have your Land Rover, your Series 2A? Sabi ko, yeah, I have it. Alam ko na kung saan pupunta eh. You want it? Sabi niya, yeah, I want it. Get another bike. Sabi niya, what bike do you want?
Passion for passion talaga.
Passion for passion.
Binaybak niya yung CB750.
There was no. There was an MH900. MH900 in his garage. I said, bro, is the MH900 okay to trade for the Series 2A? Of course. So I ended up with the MH, which I traded for a Land Rover. That was a fair trade actually, because the Land Rover appreciated. Mahal na ngayon. And then the MH is also appreciating. So that's how I ended up with 2 iconic Ducatis from that great guy, the boss of my mechanic. No? And then, what else? But I was able to buy back the CB750 2 years ago.
Okay.
2020, he said that, my motorcycles are for sale. He's like that kasi he sells quick. Sabi ko, can I buy back the CB750? Sure. So I bought it back. It's now back to me. So I have the CB750 again. And then, what else are my other bikes? My newly restored bike, which was restored by Pot Perez, is the first generation Goldwing, the GL1000, first generation Goldwing, which is now my favorite bike. I use it all the time because I'm still breaking it in. But it runs well. Nadadala ko na sa Laguna, na S-Lex, N-Lex ko na. So, yan. And then what are the other bikes?
Pikes Peak, meron daw ah.
The Pikes Peak I sold na. I sold the Pikes Peak just recently because I felt that it didn't look well with my collection. If you go to my garage kasi, it's all classics and then you see the Pikes Peak, which is a great bike. Modern. I love that bike. But it's a modern bike. Yeah. So my most modern bike now is the R18, the BMW R18, which still looks like a classic. So if you put it beside my Boxer BMWs, it looks like it's part of the family. But if I want to go long distances without any hassle and without fear, it's the R18 that I bring. I have Boxer BMWs also. I have the R50. I have the R75/5. Then I have the R18. These are my 3 BMWs. For my Ducatis naman, I have the Polesmart, I have the MH900. And then my 2 Hondas, the Goldwing, first generation, and the CB750. I have 2 of those, by the way. I imported one also from the States. It's now baklas-baklas, nasa mga balikbayan box, but it's there, somewhere there.
Pang collection lang.
Now, parang ginawa ko siyang parts bike. If I need any parts, it's there. What else do I have? I have a zoomed up Belia, a zoomed up Norma. Yeah.
Yung single cylinder.
Yeah. It's two-stroke. 1952 zoomed up. And then I had a BSA which I just sold recently to Chill. Gusto niya eh. Ang tagal mabuo. Sabi ko, sige na, bilhin mo na. And then my scooters, of course. I have the Lambretta F 1954. I have the Vespa handlebar GL 150. Again, 1954. I have the GS 160 1966. And my latest scooter, which I've been looking for a long time, I finally have an SX 200 again. Kasi I had an SX 200 a few years ago, but I traded it, part of the trade, to get an R50 kasi I traded 3 scooters for that. But now I have an SX 200 again, and which I will never part with ever. So,
Nako, may magandang pandagdag na sa collection mo kung sakali. Ito si Mike Pamintuan, meron tong bike na Velocet Downing Special.
Uy!
Pwede ko sa yung i-email kung ano itsura niyan at saka actual race bike sa Isle of Man yan.
Is he selling it?
Oo! Connect ko kayo ni Mike.
May commission
Mike,
yung Tunay na
may
rider
commission
dyan,
na ako.
Pero Velocet, yun yung mga kalaban nung kalaban ng Vincent nun, di ba?
Oo.
Googling now.
Wow. Pero Ito, Kim, ang tanong ko doon, sa
Yeah.
lahat ng naging lineup mo, if like, meron ka pa bang holy grail bike na parang kung if money is not an option, pwede ka mag-import ng kahit anong motorsiklo, ano pa yung pipiliin mo, if ever?
Di ko masabi, ang dami.
What's your next bike?
I would love to have a Steve McQueen, the Triumph Trophy, the
TR6?
Bonneville Trophy. Yeah. That I'd like to have that kasi that's iconic. Si Chill has that. Ayaw naman niya ibenta. Ayaw din niya i-trade. But there's only one I've seen in the Philippines that's fully restored. It's beautiful. If I have to have a Triumph, I would like to have that. As for the Hondas, I have the grail of the Honda. I already have the CB750. Now the Goldwing is not a grail, but it's such a beautiful bike to look at and to own. No? I would like to have a CBX.
Uy, inline 6.
Inline 6, but the first generation, yung wala pang fairing. Yung 1977, 1978. I'd like that. I would like to own, if money's not a problem and it's available, a Kawasaki Z1. I'd like to have that.
Oh.
Yeah. What
Pero,
else?
paano mo na, kasi karamihan ng mga kilala nating mga talagang hardcore na fans ng Ducati, especially the old ones, yung mga hardcore fans naman ng mga Japanese bikes, parang mahirap pakahanap ng middle ground between sa kanilang dalawa eh.
Yeah.
Parang, di ba, pag Japanese bike fan ka, para sa'yo, yung mga Ducati, masyadong eccentric. Pag Ducati ka naman, masyadong common ang mga Honda. Paano ka nakakahanap ng middle ground between these bikes?
I don't go naman kasi by brand. I go with the bike's place in motorcycle history. How much impact has that bike made in the motorcycling world? That's how I collect. Is it beautiful in my eyes? No? It can be highly collectible, but if I don't like it, if I don't like the way it looks, then I will not get it. I remember a Honda was being offered to me. It was a very rare Honda. It was the Honda that beat the first Honda to beat Ducati in MotoGP. So I forget the name of that Honda. But
VFR.
VFR. But when I saw it, sabi ko, di ko type.
I can imagine, medyo matulis yung ano nun eh.
Affordable, but di ko type. And then, what else ba? I go with the look. What use is a bike that's collectible, but if you don't like how it looks naman, di ba? So, there. And then each bike has its character also. I like the fact that I'm able to ride a Japanese bike and enjoy Japanese technology, and I'm able to enjoy also the eccentricity of Italian technology, and then enjoy also the consistency of German technology. Iba sila character. It's like having a family. It's like having a set of friends na iba-iba ugali. So it would be very self-limiting to say that Ducati lang ako, o Honda lang ako, o Triumph lang ako, di ba? Iba-iba ugali yan eh. If money naman is not a problem and it's available naman to you, why not try all of them if you can? But my advice to future collectors, no, your collection has to be curated in a way that it has one vibe and one energy. You can't be collecting kasi all these bikes that you like, and you end up with a garage that has that it's hodgepodge, di ba? Dapat pagpasok sa garahe mo, isa lang ang itsura nilang lahat. That's me. Iba-iba tayo ng trip eh. Ibang trip, iba-ibang taste ng mga tao. But that's me. So I like to collect classic bikes and classic scooters. Even bicycles, I collect classic bicycles as well. So if you go to my garage, bicycles are there. Yeah.
And it seems like another criteria is that you must be able to ride it.
Of course. My bikes have to be ridden. I don't like bikes that you can't ride. All my bikes you can ride long distance. If you wanna, any of these bikes you can take to Bataan or whatever. I'm not talking about too far. Baka hindi kaya. SLEX. Pwede mong i-SLEX, NLEX lahat yan. Pwede mong dali sa Tagaytay lahat yan. Kahit gaano kaluma yan. So, lahat na sasakyan. Actually, I rotate my bikes.
Yun, I was
every-
gonna, that was my next question.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that all your bikes are ridden? Because these bikes need to be ridden,
Of
diba?
course.
And I
Especially
always
the
see you
car
on
bikes, no?
these types of bikes.
Yeah. I'm on a different bike every day. And then sometimes there are days when I have two different bikes. One bike in the morning and then one bike in the afternoon. And then I trained my security guards to they all my house staff can ride. My house boys can ride their own motorcycles. But the two security guards, one is an ex Kawasaki mechanic, and then one naman is an avid bike rider. So tinuruan ko sila dun sa bike ko paano sakyan. So may duty sila. One half of the collection is to be warmed up by Jed, and then one half of the collection is to be warmed up by Alvin. So at least twice a week nasasakyan lahat ng mga bike ko. At hindi lang basta iniinit yan. Their duty is to ride it around the block para umikot ang langis.
Twice
lahat ng
a
bikes
week
ko,
per bike.
Nasasakyan. Ano yan?
Twice a week per bike. So, bawat bike, twice siya nagagamit sa
At
week.
least. Yeah, at least.
Mm.
At least.
Ikaw, Jolly, yung mga bike mo, ilang beses mo nagagamit?
Isa lang naman yung motorsiklo ko eh.
Ang dami mo kayang motor. Parang...
Isa lang yung motorsiklo kong tumatakbo.
Ayun. Oh, since napag-uusapan natin yung pagpapatakbo ng motorsiklo, ikaw, Kuya Kim, ano yung mga motorcycle destination na madalas mong puntahan? Except dun sa everyday everyday errands mo.
Wala akong desire to go far nowadays first of all because I'm very busy, and then my weekdays I spend in GMA now. GMA has made me very busy. So the weekends I'd like to spend with Feli, with I have one kid na lang in the Philippines, two kids in the States already. So I spend a lot of time with family on weekends. Instead of riding long, what I do is I just stay home. I don't have that itch to ride long nowadays because I'm on a bike 6-7 days a week. Pagka weekend, gusto ko matulog. But there was a time when I liked riding long. That was when I was not riding every day still, no? I love Sierra Madre. I like Sierra Madre. I like Marilake. I like the twisties in Marilake. I like going all the way to the end to Infanta Quezon, then going back. I used to do that. And then I like the Cordilleras. Sagada is my favorite destination. I love going to Baguio. There was a time when I went to Baguio. Dapat balikan, pero natulog kami sandali. I like going to Subic because if you want to go fast, SCTEX is the place to be. Masarap bumili sa SCTEX. And then T-Plex is also quite long. Yan. I haven't done the Philippine Loop or the Luzon Loop or anything like that. Nothing extreme yet. Again, I'm a bike commuter. I'm on a bike every day, and I like using bikes to get to places where I work. So, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better than the beauty about motorcycles, even though it sounds impractical. The bikes that you have, but you can do your hobby every single day and enjoy it. You know what I mean? Parang riding a motorcycle in Manila for me is better than a cup of coffee in the morning. Because you get there, you're revving it, you feel the bike, and the chaos of our streets actually excite me.
Actually, the chaos of our streets, for me, I look at it as a video game. When I'm on my bike and I get to EDSA, and EDSA can get very chaotic, especially in rush hour. No? So it's like a video game. And the goal is to be able to get to my destination in one piece, unharmed, with all these people trying to kill me. And my thinking is, how am I going to avoid getting killed? Ganun yun di ba? So I ride very defensively all the time. Sometimes
and
I put
every day you win. Yeah.
Yeah, every day I win. So when I put power, it is not because gusto kong karerahin si Underbone, but I put power to get out of a bad situation. So kailangan ganun So it's all because I want to get home safely. So I also have the pilot's mindset. A lot of old-time bike riders would say that you will fall. It's just a matter of time. Ano lang yan. Sisemplang ka rin one of these days. if you start thinking that way, then sisemplang ka talaga. You
Pangyayari.
said it, you declared it. But, the pilot's mindset is this. Let's say PAL, no, Philippine Airlines. 99.999% of all the pilots that PAL ever hired since they started in the 50s in the Philippines have not crashed the plane. Why? Because when they are flying the plane, they're thinking, I'm going to get home to my family. I'm going to bring all these people in the airplane to the destination, and then I'm going home safe to my family. And it's backed by studying, by pilot education, and of course that frame of mind that he will not crash. If you think that he'll crash, then you will. The same thing on a bike. When you're on a bike, you think, right now I'm on this bike and I'm going to my destination safely. So you do everything in your capability to be able to get to your destination, kahit na sa GMA lang yan or sa ABS-CBN lang yan, then you're safe. So you're in the moment all the time.
Law of
I
attraction.
think I agree with you 100%, but
Hmm.
I think that's the total opposite of yung mga rides ni Mark Song and ni Bakpago.
Ay, hindi masaya kasama yung mga yun.
Hindi masaya kasama mga yun.
Hindi masaya
Sa mga
kasama yung mga
Nakakatuwa
off-road,
nga
diba?
yung improvement ni Mark. I saw Mark from a total beginner to the good off-roader that he has become now. No? I remember when he was starting out, talagang walang alam sa motor. Kung ano-ano mga motor lang ang gustong bilhin. And finally, he was trained by Toto himself. And Mark has become such a good off-roader and good motorcyclist because of good education. We are to invest also in education. It's not about ride. It's about ride time, of course, no. But to speed up the learning, to shorten the learning curve, if we invest in bike gear, we invest in beautiful motorcycles. We should invest in education also. There's California Superbike Schools coming November 15. I would say that maybe 80% of what I know on motorcycling is because of California Superbike School. There were so many things that I used to think were correct until I joined CSS, and then I realized, mali pala. Ito lang pala yun. Alam mo yun?
So speaking of
and there are
motorcycle
others as well. Sorry, Iba?
speaking of motorcycle adventure, would you ever go off-roading and camping and moto camping with sila Buck and Mark?
No, I would love to, except that my situation in life does not allow me to now. I have 3 daily shows, and weekends I'd rather spend with family, as I said. So there was a time when I would go camping all the time with Mark and my wife, because my wife was into camping. Then we would go to Mount Pulag or go to Tunay, but not on motorcycles. We were on Land Rovers then. So I used to go off-roading on a Land Rover. As far as off-roading on a motorcycle, it's not something that I've focused on now. Ayoko na sumemplang kasi, matanda na ako.
Pag sumama ka kay Mark, semplang ka.
All it
Sa
takes-
dirt, sa dirt naman daw. Sa
Hindi
dirt
ako
naman
nakatuto.
daw kasi. Hindi naman daw sa sa matigas.
Semplang is semplang.
Semplang, matigas o malambot. Malambot nga yung lupa, sa bato ka naman tumama. Di ganun din 'yon.
Meron akong gustong itanong kay Kim. Meron ka bang gustong i-share na kahit anong some really interesting random motorcycle trivia for our viewers?
Uy.
I met my wife on a motorcycle. The reason why I don't get any hassle at all from my wife with my motorcycling is because when she met me, I was already a scooterist. I was already a motorcyclist. But I remember when I met my wife, I brought my Vespa GS 160, and my wife is a highfalutin, high-end stockbroker that was based in London. And then when I met her, sinundo ko yan. Ang ginamit ko yung vintage na Vespa. I remember seeing my wife for the first time in Azuro in Makati. This was in 1999. So I saw her, and then syempre, vintage ang motor ko. Dapat vintage din ang suot ko. Naka-Fred Perry ako, naka-mod. And then I saw her. Then we hit it off right away. Then I said, would you like to leave this place? Would you like to ride my motorcycle? My scooter? Sure. And that was how we met. And that scooter, the GS 160, has been with my family of course, it was gone for a while. But I remember my kids growing up. I would take them on rides. They were 1 year old. Baka ang kasari yan. All of them have ridden that scooter. And even up to now, I actually pinamana ko na sa anak ko yan eh. My son Jose, who's a pilot and who studies in Tufts University in Boston now, came home just recently. And sabi niya, Pops, I want to learn how to motorcycle. So I taught him how to grip shift. Natuto na ng grip shift eh. Marunong siya nung twist and go eh. But mas mahirap yung Vespa eh. So natuto na. And he was using the Vespa that I used when I met his mom. And that I used
Wow.
when he was 1 year old. I'd take him around Malate. And he was already driving it. That moment for me, that's so unforgettable. That same night, sabi ko, Jose, I give that scooter to you. Whenever you are in the Philippines, every time you need to ride the scooter, that scooter is yours. The GS160 is what I used to meet your mommy. And you are in this earth, partly because of that scooter. So, pinamana ko sa anak ko. That's one of my most unforgettable experiences, among many. The other experiences are, yun, paano ko nakuha yung Polesmart ko? Paano ko nakuha yung MH900 ko?
Random.
All of a sudden, in a matter of 2 weeks, nagkaroon ako ng dalawang iconic na Ducati. Alam mo yun?
I think the way you met your wife also reminds me of the way I got together with my wife. The day after we got married, she asked me, "Can we buy a car now?" No, because it's such a great filter. You know what I mean? Like if you go on a date in an old 1966 Beetle with no air conditioning, or her other choice is a PX 150, and they're like, okay, whatever. You know, you found the right person. You know what I mean? Yung parang it's such a great filter for the type of person you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Oh, totoo yan.
I hope she's not watching, because then it'll give her power over me.
Kukwento dapat ako ng tungkol sa asawa din. Connected sa motor, kaso pagdating kay Jolly, wala na makikwento yan.
Wala pa bang asawa si Jolly? May asawa ka na ba, Jolly? Wala pa. Wala pa.
Marami siyang pusa.
Munti ko na masagasaan yung pusa ko. Tapos pinulot ko siya. Ay, may pusa ako.
Sabi ni Coach Mel, walang kahilig-hilig magmotor si Kuya Kim. Pareho ko. Yan eh.
Nako, nang dedemonyo na si Mark Song. May phone-in question siya. Kim, any adventure bike plans?
I just sold my adventure bike my Pikes Peak I'm waiting for the new Pikes Peak in maybe by next year. I'll get right now what I'll use for adventure. As I said, I'm not an off-roader. But if in case I'll do the Philippine Loop or whatever, I can use the R18 Cruiser. Mas enjoy ako dyan.
Nako, Kim, wala ka bang plan mag R80 GS?
Uy, maganda rin yan, no? Ayan yung unang GS, no? Nakita ko meron si Rainier niyan na Japan unit. But mahal Ang mahal.
Nakita ko yung
the Pikes Peak. Maybe the Ducati Pikes Peak in a year or two. But it's so expensive. I'll just wait for it to get a bit cheaper and then maybe I'll get that. But as I said,
hindi bagay sa collection mo eh.
Hindi nga pero
kung hindi bagay, pwede ba naman i-park dito sa amin yon? Para kung ayaw mo makita, kung gusto mo lang gamitin, hatid namin.
Pwede.
We'll take one for the team. Ganun ba?
Hypothetical question yun. Ang hypothetical naman yung tanong ni Mark Sabi niya, any plans for, if ever I do get into an adventure bike, then it will be the Pikes Peak. Yeah.
Uy, ang ganda ng bagong Pikes Peak na Ducati.
No,
bakit?
Maganda, walang stock.
Walang iba siya dun sa iba siya dun sa mga naunang V4 na enduro.
Iba.
Ang layo.
Pati presyo iba, 2.4.
Wow, talaga?
2.4,
Pero iba pag nakita mo yung bike, walang tinipid sa motorsiklo na yun.
Walang tinipid. Totoo yan.
So, on that note, as we end every Tunay na Rider episode, I want to ask you, Kuya Kim, what is your definition of being a Tunay na Rider?
Ang tunay na rider ay wala sa lakas ng motor mo, wala sa brand ng motor mo, wala sa CC o taas ng CC ng bike ng motor mo. Pwede kang naka-underbone, pwede kang naka-GS, pwede kang naka-scooter. Ang tunay na rider ay may pagmamahal sa community, may respeto sa mga ibang nagmomotor, at may passion dun sa, hindi lamang dun sa motor, kundi dun sa lifestyle na kasama ng pagmumotor. Mahal na mahal mo yung motor, pero mahal mo rin yung lifestyle. Mahal mo rin yung responsibilidad nung pagkakaroon ng motor. So, ang tunay na rider ay magalang sa kalsada, marespeto sa kapwa rider, hindi nang aapi ng maliliit na CC na motor, at may passion dun sa community.
Passion for passion.
Yun ang tunay na rider.
Tsaka di nagwawangwang sa TikTok.
Hindi na. We're gonna definitely cut that, and we're gonna use that clip. Thanks so much, Kuya Kim. Any parting words for our friends? These aren't our fans. These are really our friends that we hang out with.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Gino,
Iba,
that's exactly the answer. Pero
Iba, Jolly,
you
and
explain.
Buck. So maraming salamat. Thank you very much for having me tonight. Again, we share the same passion. We are into biking because we love bikes and we love the lifestyle. We love the people that are associated with motorcycling. I'd like to share that motorcycling is a gift. It's a privilege to be able to ride motorcycles. I remember a billionaire friend of mine asked me, do you get to ride your motorcycle every day? I said, yes, I do. Wow, that's a blessing because I have all the money in the world and I can't even ride. See, we can ride. We can ride beautiful machines. And this is so because God allows us to. No? It's a privilege that it was given to us. So therefore, we have to be responsible with this privilege that was given to us. It is dangerous. So therefore, we have to be very careful. It's a responsibility to others as well on the road. So we got to be careful with that as well. And our primary goal when we ride a motorcycle is not only to have fun, but to be able to be home in one piece, all refreshed, all happy, to be with our wife and our kids. And there. So that's my parting message to all of you mga ka-ride, mga kamotor.
Mga katunay.
Katunay. Yung matawag dito mga katunay. Mga katunay na rider.
All right. And nandito si Toto.
Si Toto humabol pa.
Toto, nakahabol.
Nasa Pinas ka na to. Mag-guess ka naman talking about your European ride.
Busy yan si Toto eh.
Oo, kwento mo naman yung Motra Days.
Oo, Archie and Toto. Anyway, thank you so much, Kuya Kim. Thank you for everyone that dropping by on a Monday night. It is not Thursday. For this very, very special episode of Tunay na Rider. Peace.
Sa Thursday, papalabas namin to.
I-replay natin to. Okay.
Manood kayo ron kasi baka malay mo may raffle doon.
Walang nakapansin sa cap ni Buck. Kailangan na natin baguhin yung outro natin.
Kailangan natin ng
Oo
bago
nga,
OBB.
mga hindi na to nagbabayad eh.
Oy, Rodney, enjoyin mo yung iyong bagong zebra helmet pala. Siya yung nanalo ng raffle last week.
Okay, thanks
Ano ba
Rodney
yun?
for dropping by. Also, sabi ni
Next
Coach Mel,